Hi, I'm Poke Violon, and today we're going to be making a pork dish from pork tenderloin. It's going to require just bacon, a very sharp knife, which we've mentioned in our videos before, and about a month ago I posted a dish that was put on the grill that was called, my dish is called Porky Pig, where we made like a lattice of bacon, and I'll put the link in the description below for that one. But it's my favorite, which is just basically bacon on bacon. This is the same thing. This is just a different version of that you cook on the skillet and in the oven. And this one, it's not Porky Pig. This one, we're going to call it Petunia Pig. So what we're going to do first, and again, we mentioned this knife, one of the best knives on the market. We sell it through our fishing tackle website, and the link will also be on there, but it's extremely sharp. And what we're going to do today is, this is a tenderloin right here, just a pork tenderloin. Although I'll tell you right now, we prefer the longer, skinnier ones for this, but this is what we have, so this is what we're going to work with. And all you do is you cut your pork tenderloin, and you can see how sharp that knife was. It went right through it. And then you're going to take the other half, or not the half, because we cut it into about a third into quarters. And we're going to take this one, and we're going to cut it into thirds here, roll this over, and cut this into a third. So now what we're going to do is we're going to braid this tenderloin pork together. So I've got some baking twine, which is right here, and we're just going to take this twine, and we're going to take the top portion of this, pull it up a little bit, this is just going to hold it together, the three of them, and that's tied. And we're going to cut, just going to cut it. So now we're just going to move this, because I'm going to end up making probably 3 of these out of this, but for now we're just going to do the one, and then of course we'll put all 3 of them on the grill together. Then you just take a regular pack of bacon, throw your bacon on here, because bacon is good. And so we're going to take 3 strips of bacon here, put them right on top, and then all we're going to do is braid it right here. Pull this to the side, come back over the top right here, come back this way here, come back this way here, and one more here. And then we're going to take this twine and we're going to tie the bottom of it just like we did the top. Let's pull this bacon over the top here. And like I said, when you have a longer tenderloin, it's easier because it's skinnier, and it makes for an easier roll and cuts, but you can do it with whatever size that you have available. So here, we're going to take this, come back around, I'm going to tie that, cut the excess on both sides. And right there, what you have is a pork tenderloin braided bacon roll, your Petunia Pig. And I'm going to go ahead and get these ready. And the next step, if you come right this way, you're going to need a pan. And the pan already has vegetable oil, which you can't see it, and about just a big teaspoon or tablespoon of butter, which we're going to heat that up, get it going. Just a garlic head. I just took a garlic clove, cut it in half, some rosemary, and we are going to put this in the oven to complete the heating. So you're going to need a small casserole dish and some foil to put on top, and then we're also going to glaze it with some honey. So that's what we're going to need, and once I have the rest of this prepped, we're going to show you the next step. Okay, as you can see, we have our 2 tenderloins with bacon, our Petunia Pig. They're both braided and they're ready to go. And we've got this was the vegetable oil just with some butter in it, and it's nice and hot right now. We have a garlic clove that we're just going to put in here. And this piece fell off. Now we're just going to take both pork, and we're going to put them, both petunias, we're going to put them in there. And then we're just going to take some rosemary, And we're just gonna sprinkle some rosemary on there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn these over a couple of times, give the bacon enough time to cook some. But because these are kind of thick and it's not gonna cook all the way through, and you always wanna make sure the pork is thoroughly cooked, we're gonna put them in the oven for 20 minutes. But after this is nice and brown, we'll take a look at it again before we put it in the oven. Okay, so now we've had this in the pan for about 20 minutes. We flipped it over a couple of times. You can see how nice and toasty it is, because you want to make sure the bacon cooks a decent amount. And one thing that I did leave out, which we did at the beginning, was you can add spices, which typically is just salt and pepper at the beginning. And once we cut them into the little strips, just put some salt and pepper to your tasting. But I like just to go with the bacon, because the bacon grease gives it plenty of taste. And of course, once you put the rosemary and the garlic. So now what we're gonna do, we'll turn off the heat. I'm gonna take each of these, put it in your casserole dish here. Now this is the important part, because this fits almost perfect in there. What you wanna do is you wanna take the liquid that was left over, because this is just vegetable oil, butter, but it's got all the nice spices in it. You're just going to pour that up on top. Don't worry about the garlic and the rest of it. So now it's nice, and now you have it in there. You got all the juices in there. Now you're going to take your honey, and don't be shy with the honey. You can just sit there. And really, when you kind of think about it, this is kind of like a sweet and sour pork, because you have the sweetness of the honey, you have the sour part, not so much sour, but the salty of the bacon. So here you got plenty of honey in here. Now what we're going to do, and I'm not going to film this part, but we're just going to put some foil on top, and we're going to put it in the oven, which the oven is preheated at 350, and we're going to put it in there just for 20 minutes, just to make sure that the rest of the pork is nice and cooked in here. So the next step is when we bring it out, we'll take a look at it once we bring it out of the oven. 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, so now we've had the Petunia pig in the oven for 20 minutes, which it should be thoroughly cooked now. So we're gonna take it out, set it on top, take the foil off. And as you can see, that looks great. That looks really good. And so we're just going to take one of these. This is a nice healthy portion here. Put it on the plate. And right there, you've got your braided bacon, Petunia pig, pork tenderloin. Now the green beans, my wife makes a great green bean recipe. That's just frozen green beans with chicken broth, butter, and very thinly sliced almonds to make a great side dish for this Petunia pig. So thank you very much for watching this video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button for future videos on recipes, and hit the like button also. And thank you very much for letting us share this recipe with you. Thank you.